Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to my Duolingo brand audit presentation. We will start with the brand exploratory portion of the brand audit. The brand exploratory serves to analyze the consumer insights that help make up the equity of a brand. Here we will learn the values of Duolingo and provide a complete review of the brand. Duolingo is a company that provides education and certification on a mobile app. It is part of the online education industry. The function that Duolingo serves is helping consumers learn new languages. They use a variety of techniques to encourage users to continue their education, such as lessons that engage with all learning styles, completion challenges, and motivating messages. Duolingo's goal is to make education free and accessible to anyone who wishes to learn. Therefore, their app is free and their main source of income comes from ads on the app. However, they do have a subscription program called Duolingo Plus that provides an ad-free experience with additional benefits. The next part of the brand exploratory is the consumer analysis. Duolingo's target audience is any user that wants to learn a new language that may have constraints based on learning style, finances, or time. They are based on a single premise that there are 1.2 billion people in the world who are continually trying to learn a foreign language. However, Duolingo tends to target younger users in their marketing campaigns. Since the company majorly invests in the app's user interface, they are able to retain a high number of users. Studies have shown that 30% of new Duolingo users continue using the app after their first week. Consumer segments for Duolingo could include individuals interested in learning second or third languages, individuals with lower income, individuals with heavy time constraints, and university students. The following page is an example of a consumer segment known as Streaks Steve. This image provides a consumer persona for a segmented consumer base of Duolingo. Steve is motivated to use Duolingo alongside his school studies as he struggles to learn languages in a traditional classroom. Since he enjoys video games and phone app games in his free time, he enjoys Duolingo's gamified design. He is interested in improving his Spanish for school, but he also tends to travel to other countries during spring and summer break. He finds Duolingo gives him a good grasp on basic language skills and phrases for when he travels abroad. After becoming more invested in Spanish outside of school, he decides to purchase Duolingo Plus. He decides to purchase a monthly subscription, which is $12.99 a month, since he is young and does not have steady financials while working part-time. The next portion of our brand exploratory is the brand analysis. Duolingo's mission and values consist of 3 points: personalized education, making learning fun, and being universally accessible. They believe true equality is when spending more can't buy you a better education. Duolingo's defining brand attributes are its holistic, free, and gamified education elements. Duolingo's direct competitors include Babbel and Memrise. Memrise and Duolingo are very similar. Both are free apps that focus on gamifying language education. They provide positive feedback and encouragement to the user. Duolingo has a more holistic learning style, as the user will learn vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure all at the same time. Memrise focuses on vocabulary skills. Babbel is a paid education service that is more serious in looks and learning style. The next portion of the brand exploratory is the financial analysis. Duolingo actually seemed to thrive during the COVID-19 pandemic. As at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in March of 2020, new users on Duolingo increased by 101%. As technology continues to advance and become more convenient, the online education industry will only continue to grow. It is compatible as a tool with traditional school learning, which can cement its use among the youth. Duolingo sources of income come from the Duolingo Plus subscription service and ads on the app. According to the first image on the screen from Yahoo Finance, Duolingo's total revenue has continued to grow over the last few quarters. And according to Yahoo's estimations, Duolingo will continue to grow in future quarters. In conclusion, Duolingo's success will not be slowing down anytime soon. While they saw tremendous growth during the COVID-19 pandemic, they have succeeded in continuing the company's growth at a steady rate. The last part of the brand exploratory is the section summary. Duolingo is very successful at pitching themselves as a quirky, pursuant, and accessible app. Many of the comments on their TikTok, where they have managed to build their most successful relationship with their target audience, supports the theory that the audience views the brand the way the brand views itself. There are many critiques when it comes to their education methods. Duolingo once had forums to discuss lessons with others, and pages at the beginning of each lesson would explain goals for the lesson and grammar rules. The app no longer has these features, and as a result, while Duolingo can be a great starting point for learning a language, it lacks the most important step needed for learning a language: immersion and communication. It also has a lack of explanation for grammar rules in its teaching, which can force the user to rely on outside sources. And while they have been successful building loyalty through humorous interaction with others, it may build a deeper bond with users if Duolingo is noticeably using feedback to improve the user experience. Next up is the brand inventory. The purpose of a brand inventory is to gather assets that have been created to support marketing efforts. In this section, Duolingo's creative assets, such as fonts, colors, and logos, will be analyzed for cohesiveness. When it comes to brand elements, Duolingo's visual identity is based entirely off of their mascot, Duo. Through their brand guidelines, they emphasize that Duo is their most recognizable feature and often the first brand element that users will associate with the organization. The brand's iconic color is feather green. They also tend to use bright primary colors as their secondary colors. Next up is the brand architecture. Duolingo's current brand architecture is branded house. Any sub-brands or additional products use Duolingo's name. All their related products have similar features and benefits, target markets, and usage situations. Some examples of these sub-brands include Duolingo University programs, Duolingo podcasts, and Duolingo community. The next part of the brand inventory is the brand portfolio analysis. Duolingo has a cohesive brand portfolio. Recently, they revisited their typography and visual identity for a brand refresh. These were all created around the mascot's personality in round, feathery form. This brand refresh is now used in all their branded communications. This is an excellent way to ensure that they have a strong brand portfolio. Their brand guidelines provide a cohesive description of how to display their logos, characters, and colors. When it comes to the product analysis, Duolingo is constantly releasing new updates. They recently updated the user interface on the app to improve the learning process. Instead of stagnant circles that level up upon completion, the home screen became a path that the user can follow step by step. This updated repetitive function helps improve memory. They also update languages often, such as improving phrases, vocabulary, and grammar as their language library grows. Duolingo also introduces new learning tools, such as stories, which allow users to observe a conversation between two characters in the language they are learning. The next part of the brand inventory is the communication analysis. Duolingo commonly uses social media channels such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok for promotion. Their promotional voice is primarily funny and playful. An example of this is when the second season of the Netflix show Emily in Paris aired, Duolingo released a promotional video at the same time. The video includes 6 Parisians named Emily lamenting that the show has created a terrible life for them, as many locals now assume all Emilys have poor French skills. To combat this, Duolingo offered a free month of Duolingo plus French lessons to any user named Emily. This included new and existing users, as well as nicknames and variations of the name. This was an excellent campaign because it aligned with the brand's goal of making education fun. It helped keep the brand relevant as it hijacked the launch of a popular show. The second highlight in Duolingo's marketing strategy is their TikTok account. TikTok is an ever-growing social media platform that millions of individuals in the younger generations turn to for entertainment. Duolingo's TikToks are often humorous and based around current trends or memes. They star Duolingo's mascot Duo, as well as the Duolingo staff. The third highlight of their marketing strategy is the evil Duolingo owl meme that took off on Tumblr, in which Duo would threaten users who did not keep up with their daily Duolingo streaks. Instead of leaning away from the meme, Duolingo created an entire campaign about it called Duolingo Push. When it comes to brand associations, the purpose of the brand assessment is to identify any missing elements, leveraging opportunities, and threats that are unprepared for and that will help hone the brand identity. A segment of the brand assessment are brand associations that are thoughts, feelings, items, and characteristics associated with a brand. They are multidimensional, taking brand image, perceived quality, and brand attitude into account. Since much of Duolingo's branding focuses on their mascot Duo, many of the brand associations are character-based. Current brand associations include the color feather green, Duo, integrated memes, TikTok, free education, and education gamification. It is important for the company to continue to monitor online interactions. It has been proven that any future successful brand associations can be developed from online interactions with loyal users or other brands. The next part of the brand assessment is leveraging opportunities. Duolingo posts on social media anywhere from 3 to 5 times per week, but only if the staff has come up with the original and authentic ideas. The brand interacts with users daily, such as responding to comments on TikTok. It will be important to continue to build and maintain brand loyalty by moving up the loyalty pyramid. After creating a positive affiliation with the brand through social media, consumers may develop an interest in using the app and becoming habitual users. Through Duolingo's gamification of education, it is easy for users to become satisfied and begin to like the brand. Duolingo uses positive affirmations, persistent reminders, and humor to encourage users to continue using the app. Their TikTok presence appears to be successfully growing brand loyalty, as there has been a growth in TikTok as a response to the company's "How did you hear about us?" surveys. The next part of the brand assessment is brand protection. An example for a risk of brand dilution for Duolingo could come from the decision to put the language learning app behind a paywall. This could result in brand dilution due to poor marketing mix decisions. One of their core brand goals is to provide a quality free education to users. A paywall could cause damage to both of the attributes of this brand. Only 4% of Duolingo users pay for Duolingo Premium, so many of the users trust and rely on their free education model. If Duolingo were to attempt to become a paid service, it would be a better idea to launch a new paid service separate from the Duolingo name. They would need to provide a message justifying the development of the new product or not endorse it using the Duolingo name. Since Duolingo has users from all over the world, they would need to keep users with holistic and analytic thinking in mind. So an elaborative message may be best to ease analytic thinkers' negative reactions. Duolingo has developed strong social listening skills, so they are quick to pivot away from content and actions that do not resonate with its audience. Because of this, Duolingo does well managing their reputation. They adhere to their brand guidelines, but they are open to adaptation. Duolingo's brand policies serve well for what will be posted on their social media. However, the social media presence on TikTok appears more as a social media manager, Zaria Parvez states, unhinged than the guidelines outline. According to her experience, TikTok is a new platform that many brands are still learning to interact with. So it takes a lot of testing to figure out exactly what will work for the target audience. In conclusion, They can continue to grow brand loyalty with TikTok while expanding their platform with new education opportunities. The other best steps Duolingo will take will include continuing to strengthen their social skills. An important step to remaining relevant will include being aware of upcoming social media apps and trends or memes related directly to the brand. As long as they can stay on top of upcoming trends, their track record has proven that they are capable of incorporating these into their brand. They can continue to grow brand loyalty while expanding their platform with new education opportunities. And they can also continue to build trustworthiness through expansion of programs such as their English proficiency test. They can also expand their brand. The best way to expand their brand could include their partnerships with universities. While their branding is eccentric, it is also quite trustworthy. Their users rely on them to learn completely new skills. So expanding offerings such as their English proficiency test to new universities or creating new collaborations with tourism companies, Duolingo can continue to build their legitimacy. Thank you for attending my brand audit of Duolingo. Here are my references, and have a wonderful rest of your day.